No, but the best feeling in the world is like when you talking to somebody and they say, "I like you too."
Okay, now wait.
That's the best feeling for a guy. For a guy.
Okay,
When the girl say, "I like you too," that's the best
that.
feeling. Who calling me? That's the best feeling in the world. I don't know you. That's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, I feel that because I mean you don't know if it's going to be reciprocated. You kind of putting yourself out there on the limb a little bit.
I think it's the reciprocation that.
Yeah, I think we on the same page. Like, yes.
I'm waiting for it now.
But y'all don't like the feeling of reciprocation. Like if you like somebody, knowing that they like you too.
Been like, I like you too.
Yeah, okay.
Like I just don't feel.
Really?
I just don't recall that happening. Like I don't.
I feel like it's different.
Savages,
I feel like
y'all savages.
I feel like it's different for girls because y'all probably aren't saying it first. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it's the guy who's coming out to you and dropping the L bomb on you first. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think anybody has. I'm really trying to recall in my remembrance that ever happening, and I'm not sure that. And maybe I am a savage. Like now that I'm thinking about it, maybe somebody might.
We was here with it.
Y'all stupid.
All right. So look, every time we normally have a female guest, it's always something. So when we had we had Corinthia. It was that give them shit with some bop in it. Like
I wasn't here for it the whole time.
She wasn't here. He was definitely on sitting over there like this.
Wasn't here for it.
Oh shit.
But I have been now that I've gotten it back.
Okay.
I feel like that he might have been like, you know what, I'm kind of feeling you. I'm trying to talk to you, and I probably was like, oh really?
Period.
Oh, really? Like you sure? You sure?
Because you haven't known me yet, but okay.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Oh God, I hate when they click
her.
up like that. Y'all see what just happened? That's the scariest thing for a man. You put two girls that do not know each other in the same room. They were like, "Yes, girl." Like, oh no, wait.
Hold up.
And you in the middle of it.
I know.
But
no escape.
I might, at that point, I might be like, really? Okay, you feeling me?
So,
okay. I don't know if I've been like, I like you too.
So are you hitting dudes with like the thank you? Like, oh, thank you. Like, are you doing?
Meanest curve.
Are you doing that?
It's really not me.
I know I'm not gonna say it back, but I'm not necessarily going to I'm not gonna curb you either. Because I might be liking you, but I still need to vet you and see if this is like if you really interested in me or you just trying to tell me what I want to hear.
Okay, so what is your response? I need to know.
I just told you what my response is. Oh really? That's okay.
Oh my God, that's
okay.
mean.
Are you sure? That's what you okay?
You sure you want the problem?
Right.
I probably go cry in the car after that. Like, I don't
come with the I like you too. Like I might later on, after we've become established, I'm like, you know what, I really like you.
Oh my God.
But in the beginning, we just dating, and I don't know what your intentions are or where you plan to go with it. You like me? That's cute.
Well, that's true. I think during the dating phases, you shouldn't say certain things. Like you shouldn't say that
I
you
love
like
you.
Hell no. What? What? I just said like. I ain't say shit about.
No. When you say you shouldn't say certain things. Like some people be like, "I love you." I be like, "Oh."
Yeah, real quick. Or they should be trying to give you nicknames or trying to call you bae or something. I'd be
like, friend.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I love you too. Outside of relatives and stuff like family.
Nobody. No, because love is very strong. Everybody uses love like it's simple. That's a strong word. If I love you, I love you. But
from a distance.
Lover.
Can you count your hand? All right. Tell somebody. Come on, let's get it out.
I've said it before, but I do try and differentiate loving you and being in love with you. because it's different.
Yeah, it's fact.
It's different.
Yeah, it's
because I can still care for you. I can still, I wish no harm on you. I think you're a great person. I enjoy you as a person. Am I in love with you? Do I see this leveling up to something? Do I see me being here for the long term? Do I see us together forever? Or, but do I care for you? Yes. And honestly, I learned that the hard way in a full-fledged relationship, not in a dating situation. But I was with somebody and I thought that's where it was going. Like I was like, I think I'm falling in love. And he was like, no, I think you love me, but I don't think you're in love with me. Facts. And like he kind of shut me down. I was like, oh snap! Like
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall for that one. You might
be right on that. And I still have love for that person, but I don't know if I could say that at any point I was necessarily like in love with them.
I mean, you're just hitting it like kind of head. I'm just like over here, like, oh my God, I was in love with him, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you can just hitting it on the head.
That's tough though, like falling in love with somebody. You know what I mean? Because I've told somebody like I love them, but I wasn't like in love with them. But I did love them. Like I love the person you are. You know what I mean? Who you are.
In love. Like what is that? What does that feel like?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh God.
I don't know that it's necessarily I don't know if you can kind of pinpoint that feeling because it can be different in different situations. Like with different people, different relationships, it can look different. I think we all know what lust looks like. Oh, yeah. Like we all know how to lust after.
You can
somebody.
Open up the door and see lust.
Yeah.
You can open up the door and see lust.
But I think that's something that people get confused where lust ends and where love begins. And so everybody is everybody's so like jumping on the fact that okay, I'm in love with this person, but they're not realizing that I'm just lusting after them.
Right.
And I think one thing you gotta differentiate is love and infatuation.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing. So sometimes you're just infatuated with a person, the aura of a person. And then, you're like, oh, I love them. But like, do you really like know the deep inside them as you know what I mean?
This needs to be on camera.
I need this.
I mean, but it's serious though, man. And with dealing with, paying attention to what you say in a relationship, I think it really falls heavily on the guy because if you talking that shit, women fall in love like behind the ears. Like, yeah. If you talking that shit, and you got actions that match, and she can compare the two.
If you got the consistency, you got the wording right. It's like, and another, we start to fall in love with potential. We don't necessarily fall in love with the actions. But we fall in love or we get infatuated with the potential. Yeah. So if somebody comes through and they're like, you know what, I can do this and this and this and this for you, and you start thinking like you put yourself like, okay, and if I'm with this person, they can do all of this for me. Like, where can we be in 2 or 3 years? Like, where can how does that elevate me? How does that elevate us?
Right.
So he's not necessarily doing any of these things, but he's saying, I can do all these things. And we as women definitely think in the future. Okay. So when we see,
you talking about buying me a house, I'm like, okay, now what we talking about?
Now we looking like, okay, we definitely think future, and I think that definitely that brings us down a little bit because we get so in the future. And guys know that, and they play on that, and they give that potential, and they put all that future out there, and they don't do nothing today. They're not doing anything today.
You're not doing right.
They're not doing anything in this moment, but they're telling you all this future stuff that looks good. So you still going to sit here because you like, all right, he ain't got to do it today, but he said in the next 2 or 3 years, we was yes.
Oh my God!
He said this is 3 years, and what's she's still here.
And right, and you still looking crazy because you have fallen for this.
What he said.
This, you fell for this. The words. Right. You fell for the words, and he hasn't done anything to show you any actions behind it. But when we come to y'all and be like, where are the actions? I ain't say I was gonna do it today.
Well, you shouldn't even listen to that. Oh, well, run that back turbo.
right.
Run that back turbo.
They start switching up. They start switching up. And it's just like, that's, I know that's something that I had to learn is like, you can't look at that future. Like, even though the future, that's beautiful, that picture they painted over there, that is nice, but don't look over there yet, because we ain't got there yet. Mm-hmm. We need to look at where we at right now. Because we can't get there.
Yeah, focus on the bridge you're crossing first.
Exactly. We can't get there till we figure all this out. I always say, if you wanna build with somebody, you got to build a foundation. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a solid foundation, you got cracks in the foundation, or you missing some nails and screws and stuff, then we ain't building nothing on top of this. We need to
You been watching HGTV since you...
Yeah. We need to go back.
Talking about flipping houses now, ain't you?
I would.
Right. Your sheetrock ain't right. Your sheetrock ain't right.
You know.